Hi, Andre here from Firefly Farm. We're going to talk heirlooms today. And the heirloom that we're going to talk about a little bit is around some of our onions and some of our shallots. Now, onions and shallots are often thought of almost being the same thing, and they are roots that do grow on, they're bulbs that grow on top of the ground, and they put their roots in, and they're shallow rooted to some extent, and they are a little different in their taste. So onions, very pungent when they're hot, when you bite into them raw, but most of us cook them. They come in a variety of colors. This is a yellow white, or a yellow variety. They come in white, and we even have them in red. Levels of sweetness are all over the place. Onions are classified into three categories. Neutral day, there's a few varieties in the market for that. We have long day and short day. Long day onions we plant up north. Short day onions we plant in the south. And neutral day, essentially you could plant them anywhere. What happens is the bulbs form in the late spring to early summer and are triggered to start forming and becoming larger with the summer solstice. So they need the longer day, 12 to 14 hours. While a short day onion, they're very happy from an 8 to 10 hour perspective to form these giant bulbs for you. Shallots, for the most part, are fine. There are categories of short day and long day, but for the most part, shallots are neutral. We have red shallots, we have French gray shallots, and just like onion sets, shallots come as sets. You can grow them from seed, which is the way that we like to grow our onions. They taste better too, and you get to control the varieties versus just getting a red onion set. This is Ruby Red. Ruby Red has been around for many years and is probably the best red for storing. So we sell a lot of these seeds. Valencias are another old heirloom. These are very, very sweet, and these are actually a Spanish onion that are day neutral, and they do a really nice job for us. One of our favorite onions is Alicia Craig. We grow these in the farm. They're slightly smaller. However, they are just, they store really well. For the most part, we get them to be up to about 2 pounds. Many of our onions we can get to 3 pounds, or they grow a little less. It just really depends on the type. We have Cipolinis, we have Old Italians, ones that are just grown as scallions, but there's a lot of variety out there. But the one shallot I'm excited about again this year are chicken leg shallots, or what we call the Zabroun shallot. Now this shallot originated in France, and it actually is the nickname leg of the chicken. It's so large. This is one of the smaller ones left over from the season. They last about 6 months or so, and you can peel them back, and they're just like an onion with that papery skin. And again, it's a fun thing to plant. It's January, or just about January, and it's time for most of us to start thinking about setting our onion seeds. And we like to get these onions in the ground in zone 4, roughly 1st to 2nd week of April. So after a few weeks after the ground thaws. And we find that gives the onions just a lot of time to develop their nice big leafy green tops. The bigger the tops, the bigger the bulbs you'll have when the longer days come. So don't shortcut this, and really do get them in the ground. They can take the cold, they don't mind it when they're young. So go ahead and get some seeds planted. We have a variety to choose from, and just remember, if you're in the north, you want to choose varieties that are long day or neutral day, and if you're in the south, you want to choose things that are short day or neutral day. When we're filling orders, we tend to look sometimes just to help make sure people are aware of that, because it is a nuance in the seed world. It's not the end of the world. You can still grow them in either place. It's just not going to maybe yield you the best result. So the next time you go to slice an onion or a shallot, just remember, that these have been cultivated and used in cooking for about 7,000 years, the shallot being around 5,000. And they all originate somewhere in the Asian areas. Shallots, we believe, are Mesopotamia. Onions, for the most part, what we think of as onions today are the East or West Asia. There are strains of them native to the New World, North America in particular. We'll see the wild onions growing. They don't like this big, but I'm sure we could cultivate them to get there one day. However, just like a tomato, when you start growing your own onions, it's really hard to go back to a store-bought onion. So if you have any questions, reach out and we're happy to help.